Hey guys, welcome to Startup C. I'm David, and I have a co-host who's currently on the other side of the world, Roshan. He is based in Malaysia while I am here in Southern California. Well, I just want to kind of go over why we've decided to start up Startup C. It goes back to when I had lived in Korea from 2002 to 2011. And it was there that I witnessed firsthand front row seats, courtside seats to what I would say were the golden years of Korea's economic, technological, educational transformation. And I got to meet awesome entrepreneurs. I think they advanced Korea's economy from just focus on the conglomerates like Samsung to now you're seeing brilliant startups that have emerged out of there that have really kind of inspired the youth and the next wave of entrepreneurs. Now, while I was living in Korea, I had visited neighboring countries such as, Vietnam. Actually, I think it was Vietnam with my wife, and I just saw the same ingredients for future kind of economic success. Hardworking, teeming with life, energetic, and it didn't hurt that there was a big contingency of young people. Later, about 2023, I had stopped by Singapore, or I went to Singapore for the very first time, and I was just at a regular work function, and my colleague was giving a talk. And during the talk, one of the attendees really urged us to visit Roshan, who I did not know back then, in Kuala Lumpur. She said, "Oh, it's just, 1 day trip, 1 hour flight." And we went. As soon as we landed, you could just tell there's a verve, there's an energy, there's like this kind of the hustle and bustle of a city on the move and people on the move. What I found was Malaysians, like, they speak 2 3 languages: Malay, some Chinese, and mostly English. They are educated, and the country, I think, is kind of not on everyone's radar. You have places like Penang where industry players such as Motorola, Intel, and other hardware and software companies have set up shop. And now I think in Johor Bahru, where it's bordering Singapore, you're starting to see data warehouses, AI shops set up their base over there. What I'm trying to say is that when you hit the ground, you meet the people, you feel the momentum of not just that country but that region. You want to be a part of it. Just like I was a part of that time in Korea, I feel as though that I want to be a part of the next wave. And I think one of the best ways to do that is to really figure out, okay, how do I want to position myself for this wave? That was a great tip by one Korean entrepreneur who is known as like a super angel figure out there. And he always told me, like, David, you have to set up your board and wait for that wave. And when you see it coming, you have to position accordingly and get ready to ride it all the way. And I think that now is a great opportunity to set up my board for this wave that's going to come out of Southeast Asia. What exactly are our plans for Roshan and me to ride this wave, or to capitalize, or to be a part of this movement? One, in this world of, let's just call it what it is, this AI driven world, and increasingly more and more so, the human connection is going to be super important. And that means communities. And for me, a community is not just this video thing, which is great, but it has to include engaging content, insightful perspective, and in-person meetups, IRL. I think those three things, those three elements are going to help shape a community where there's going to be entrepreneurs, creators, designers, investors who are coming together for the purposes of not just bettering themselves and building incredible businesses and startups, but also it is to empower the next generation of Southeast Asia. It is to uplift communities that don't have the resources, i.e., jobs, employment. And in an AI-driven world, I think a community can help those that are interested in coming together for that purpose and for that vision to achieve something greater than they can achieve themselves, and for someone greater than themselves, which is that region. It could be their country. So I'm excited for this new endeavor, and I'm excited for you guys to join, because I know some of you, I know many of you are, even in the States, are sort of thinking, okay, what am I going to do next with my life? I'm in debt. I have college debt. I have school debt. I have personal debt. And you're thinking, what can I do as a next step? And many of us, or a dream of like geo arbitrage. Okay, let's make a living over here and then live somewhere cheaper. But I think it's going to go a step further than that. I think not only has remote work helped in that scenario, but also I think that because there may be a community, because we will shape and form and build a community, I have a feeling many of you guys who want to start businesses, who want to start startups, who want to become content creators, they just need a place where they can kind of learn from one another while at the same time living in a cost-effective way. That may mean making a trip out to KL, making a trip out to Bangkok, making a trip out to Hanoi. Wouldn't it be wonderful if there was a community waiting for you there? This is part of the vision for what we're trying to accomplish at Startup C. And I think this video went way too long, but I hope you know that the motivations for this is that I want to be a part of this, and I would like to be a part of it with Roshan, who is my co-host, but also I want to be a part of it with the entrepreneurs, the creators, the designers that are currently in Southeast Asia. And I also want people from around the world who are interested in that mission to join us. So thanks for watching this first video. I hope you like and subscribe. And I can't wait for our first AMA, live AMA on Say Wise with my co-host, Roshan. We can ask him questions about how he started in Malaysia, why he went from GE, Johnson & Johnson, these big Fortune 500 companies. Why did he go back home to Malaysia after having spent some time in New York, Tokyo, Shanghai, London, I think? Why did he go back to Malaysia? Why did he want to launch a social enterprise? Why he started Leaderonomics, and why he's been running it for 17 years with his co-founder. Maybe you have some questions for him, like, how do I start a business in Malaysia? Are there any specific visas that I can get? Are there co-working spaces? Hint, he has a co-working space. Are there other multinational companies setting up shop in KL? Hint, yes, there are. So these are the types of questions that we want you to bring, and I hope you guys join us. I'll leave a link in the comments below and in the description, and hope to see you guys there.